What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to another video and to the channel. I am super excited because in this video I'm going to be installing the first set of performance modifications for the F30 335i. So the first set of performance modifications I'm going to be installing is a CTS turbo charge pipe and a CTS turbo intercooler. Now, since the plan is to go full bolt-on, which involves getting a tune and a downpipe, in addition to these two, there will be more boost and more pressure, so it's important to upgrade that charge pipe. As we know, that stock one has a hard time handling even like the stock power output. In addition, with more power comes more heat, so that is why we need the upgraded intercooler so that the engine can efficiently cool down the air coming from the turbo through the charge pipe back into the intake manifold. So the installation should not be too difficult. All we have to do is disconnect a couple hoses and connections. This is where the top of the charge pipe will connect it to the intake manifold. So we just gotta connect or disconnect, unclip this little clamp there, and then disconnect this connection. And then disconnect this little vent hose down here. And I believe that's it up here, and then we just have to get underneath the car and then disconnect it from the stock intercooler. So the first thing I'm going to do here is remove all of the connections at the top of the stock charge pipe. Alright, so I disconnected this hose right here, and then this connection right there, this electrical connection, and then I unhooked the clamp right here, so I should just be able to slide the top of this out. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. Alright, so now that I disconnected the top part of the charge pipe, I'm going to remove all of these bolts that are securing the undershield so that I can get access to the intercooler. Alright, so I'm underneath the car now, and I'm getting ready to disconnect the bottom of the charge pipe, which is right there, held in by that clamp. So, I'm not sure how to get the clamp off, but I will figure it out. But once we get that clamp off, and then on the one on the other side right there, we can remove the intercooler, which just involves removing that T-Torx bolt on that side, and then one on this side. And then everything should just slide right out. So what I did to get this clamp off was just use a screwdriver and just kind of unhook it from inside of here, and then just kind of pushed it down to where it is right now. Now that both hose clamps are disconnected, I'm going to remove this little bolt right here. There's one here and then one on the other side over there. since I just removed the intercooler, I'm trying to, you know, get this old charge pipe out. And as I'm trying to wiggle it, I noticed that it looks like it's connected in a little like tab right there. I think you just should be able to just pull it out, I'm assuming. Oh yeah, just like that. Now it's completely free, so I'll try to get this out. I think I'm gonna try to get it out through the top, since it doesn't look like there's that much room to get it out here. So to make more room, I'm gonna remove this piece right here. It's just held in by a little T, what is that, T20 I think? Alright, there we go. Got the stock charge pipe out. And there's the stock intercooler. So I have everything out, and here it is compared with new and old, or stock and aftermarket. So for the new charge pipe, I'm going to be taking off this sensor and putting it in this spot on the new one. And I believe that's the only thing that we need to remove from the old charge pipe and put on the new one. Alright, so I am going to keep this silicone boot on the top part of the charge pipe, and then I'll connect the bottom part after I install the top part. I think that'll be a little easier, so I'm going to try it that way first. So I have everything hooked up for the charge pipe. As I mentioned earlier, make sure these are facing, when you tighten them down, they're facing a good way for you to access them in the future if you need to remove this ever. But I think I have it in position, so I'm gonna go ahead and install the intercooler. Alright, so I was able to get both of the clamps all clipped and secured to the intercooler. So everything is installed. I just need to tighten these two clamps and then connect all the connections that go on the upper section of the charge pipe, and then reinstall all of this stuff, and then I think that'll be it. Alright, so everything is completely installed now, and I have the stock charge pipe and intercooler over here. Just wanted to point out that when I was taking off the stock charge pipe, it actually broke off, so I guess it was kind of maybe on the verge of breaking one of these days. So it's probably a good thing that I replaced it with a aluminum one. Alright guys, so now that everything is installed, I'm going to start the car and take it for a drive to make sure everything still functions and drives normally. So it looks like it's idling normally, so this is a good start. Anytime I change a part like that deals with the engine, I always get scared that I'm gonna mess something up and it's not gonna start and run correctly. But so far we're looking good. Guys, I think everything is good. There was no engine hesitation or anything that would indicate that there was an issue with the installation. So thank goodness. Alright, that is going to wrap up this video. I will link down both of the intercooler and the charge pipe if you want to check those out. They're from CTS Turbo, which has a lot of parts for BMWs. Not just BMWs, but a bunch of different car models. Feel free to comment down any comments or questions down below. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe for more content like this on my 335i or my BMW E90 328i. Anyway, I will see you guys in the next video.